So, how do you guys expect to beat me? Good answer. Good answer. Hey, folks. So, that, of course, was a line spoken from the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, spoken by Raphael, who, by the way, was portrayed in that movie by Josh Paez, who was the only actor to both physically perform the turtle in the suit as well as provide the voice for the character, which is pretty damn awesome. This movie is celebrating its 35th anniversary, which is mind-boggling to me. So if you're a Ninja Turtle fan, I hope you got a chance to see it again in the theaters. I definitely had a blast seeing this movie again. These, by the way, are the NECA Turtles, which I also reviewed in another video. They're quite heavy. They're pretty solid. So let me put this guy away. So yeah, I just wanted to go down memory lane and highlight some of the elements that I still love about this movie. I remember being a kid in 1990, walking past the theater, seeing that iconic poster for the film, waiting and waiting for this movie to come out. And then when it finally did, both my brother and I were just blown away. It's not an exaggeration to say that the 1990 Turtle movie was one of the most seminal theatrical experiences, I believe, for both of us at the time. You know, we were very young when we saw this movie. It had such an impact on us. We were huge fans of the cartoon. We also read a little bit of the comic book as well. And of course, this movie so brilliantly blends the darker, grittier tone from the comic with the more lighthearted cartoon. And then, of course, on top of that, you have amazing concept designs and creature designs from the Jim Henson Company. Not just the Jim Henson Company, but the live actors, performers in the suits, and then the voice actors. There were so many layers and elements to these characters in the way that they created the effects, being able to sell the choreography and the fight scenes, but also sell the emotions. You know, they really bring these fantastically ridiculous characters that are so over the top on the page and infuse real raw emotion into them. Amazing supporting cast, too. I mean, Judith Hoag as April O'Neil, it really is hard to top her as April O'Neil. It's just unfortunate that we only got one movie with her. Her scenes with Elias Koteas as Casey Jones and their romantic screwball comedy sexual tension is just such a joy to watch again. You have really good actors equally selling those fantastical characters, and that's just as important as the special effects. To have a great actor to play off against. We also have to talk about Shredder here, of course, who is played by actor James Saito, who does not do the voice of Shredder, though. Actor David McCarran provides the voice for Shredder. It's such an awe-inspiring, chilling performance. I mean, this guy knows how to do an entrance. And then the rooftop battle at the end where he shows up is just so badass. I love the first and third acts of this movie, but I also adore the midsection, the second act of the movie. The farm scenes are some of my favorite scenes in the movie because they show the characters, these fantastical characters in their everyday life, and not just when they're being superheroes. And that's what's so smart about this movie, because not everything has to be this exaggerated, over-the-top, dramatic gesture. You know, you can show these characters in a more grounded way. You can even kind of stop the story and show them in their quiet moments. And this is a movie full of scenes that I love. There's not really one scene in this movie that I don't love. The action here is so amazing. And they're able to, in an action sequence, bring the dark, gritty tone of the comics and blend it with the cartoonishness of the cartoon. And you see that in the first big action set piece on top of the antique shop, which begins very gritty and suspenseful with Raphael fighting the foot soldiers, but then becomes more slapstick and comedy when the rest of the turtles get in the fight. And then when Casey Jones shows up, it goes back to being gritty, dark, and intense. And none of those tones really clash with each other. They blend them together seamlessly and beautifully. And that's why this movie works, honestly, is because they take a really kind of cartoonish concept, just as Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird did in the comics. Just this wild, ridiculous, over the top idea, and then think about, well, how do we ground this in a believable reality? And they do just that in this movie. So I adore this movie. It's one of my favorite comic book movies of all time. And one of my favorite movies of all time, hands down. I mean, this is a 5-star movie for me. I mean, I gotta give it 5 stars. It's meant so much to me personally, and it's had such an impact on me, as I've said. Having the opportunity to see this on the big screen, man, I was like a little kid again, and I wasn't alone in the movie theater. I like at the end of our screening, some dudes in front of us, they were like me, and they were even talking about how, hey, geez, I mean, we're grown men, and we're acting like little kids, watching this movie again. So, I didn't get a chance to really talk to them, but I could see that they had a similar experience to me. They'd probably seen this when they were kids and coming back to this movie again, years and years later. 1990 Ninja Turtle movie is this still such a classic. And I love it to this day. And again, so happy that we still get to appreciate and love this movie 35 years later. Let me know if you got a chance to watch the theatrical re-release of Turtles. And if you're a Turtle fan, do you care, even give a shit about Turtles? But let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and look forward to more reviews coming your way soon here.